Am I live right now? Oh my gosh. I think I'm live. Hello everyone. If you can hear and see me. Welcome to the live. I'm really, really excited. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Let me see. There's something wrong with my stream for a second. I don't know how this is working. Can you guys, do you hear me twice or is it just me? Can you guys hear me okay? It's fine? Okay, it's just maybe my headphones. I guess I won't. Okay, it's just me. It's always just me. Good, because like I had my headphones in because I kind of like want to make sure I'm listening to myself, and then just like kept rebounding back, and I'm like, I don't want to hear my voice again and again. Welcome! I'm so sorry for that weird introduction. I hope you guys are well. I am so excited for this live. I have not gone live and done like any sort of writing live in such a long time. It's kind of crazy. So hi. I don't really know what else to like say, but welcome. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for sending some hellos in the chat. I'm just really excited to get into some writing sessions and maybe talking about my book and everything like that. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so if you guys want to like go ahead, get some coffee, get a little tea, come by and write with me or just chat about writing. I am just really excited today. Yes. Oh, my room is so pretty. Thank you. I've kind of restructured my room. I don't know if you know, but I love reorganizing my room. So my bed used to be right there, like right. And then I've switched my desk over. So it kind of looks a little bit different. Has like this sheet now over here. And then I kind of like pinned up because I don't have curtains in my room, which is pretty stupid and silly because I've moved rooms and I don't know, stuff like that. But I just love the little intricate details. I definitely would love to do a room tour, just like a writing room tour. I also got some pretty flowers. Look how pretty these are. They smell pretty good. Anyways, I've never gotten flowers from a boy before, so pretty. I love, like literally I think every single day I'm gonna get flowers, like every couple weeks, because it just looks so beautiful in my room. So yes. Anywho, if someone gives me flowers, I'd die. Literally, I think I wrote a song about that. So you love the curtains? Yeah, this is like a sheet, and this is a sheet again. Like my dad used to use this as like a projector screen, so it's really interesting. I wish I could show you my whole room. And there's my bookshelf. I've actually kind of reorganized my bookshelf a little bit. If you can see, some are like outturned, some are inturned. I really love the aesthetic of it having the spine facing inward, so you just see like the pages, which a lot of people don't like because they're like, how do you know what book it is? And I'm just like, I know my books, okay? Anyways, and I kind of have a challenge for myself because I want to face them all the other way, that I need to read the book in order to let it face the other way. So yes, your bookshelf is to die for. Thank you so much. You do that with your TBR? I think that's such a fun little way. Yeah, so I have a lot of different books and stuff like that. I'm just gonna open my door a little bit to let some air in. You like my shirt? This is actually a really pretty dress. Like this, it's a little pretty dress. It's actually so pretty. It was my sister's. I'm not sure where she got it from. I literally just get all my sister's clothes. So, yes. Yeah. So, anyways, update on my room, I guess. It's already been 5 minutes. That's crazy. Today we're going to be writing a little bit if you guys would like, or I was thinking of doing maybe some sessions, maybe just some like Q&A sessions generally about my book, or some advice you guys want, or maybe even about Ghost Side, which is my new debut novel. If you guys don't know, I've literally just kind of what's the word? I have declared to the world I'm writing a book and I'm publishing the book. You guys know Project Ghost, and I'm actually, going to be publishing that very soon. Definitely talk about Ghost Side. Yes. So how about we do that really quickly? Just ask me questions about Ghost Side and stuff like that. I feel like that would be really fun, just to kind of get you guys excited about Project Ghost, because I adore this book and I've been working on it quite a lot. So yeah. Someone asks, is it a romance? It kind of is a romance. There definitely is like two characters who flirt a lot. I think it's pretty obvious if you watch some of my reels. You can kind of see what sort of ghost boy, what ghost boy like flirts with the main character, the girl. So yes, there is a little bit of a romance. Ghost Side is such a creative title. I love it. Thank you so much. Yes, I think I came up with this name. I came up with the name as soon as I finished the first draft. So kind of a fitting time. Is it scary? I don't think it's that scary. Someone also asked, like, is it like a murder mystery? It's not really a mystery in a sense. There is a sense of like what's happening. I think it's more of a psychological, not even a thriller. It's kind of, that's why it's so hard to place. So I think if you read the book, it's really, really fun. So it's not scary. I know someone asked if it's scary. It's not very scary. Again, it's pretty fun, very chill, but it does have some trigger warnings, which I will definitely share eventually when I talk with my editor about it. So yeah, that's Project Ghost or Ghost Side. I need to get I always think like Project Ghost because that's how I've used the title of my book, and I identify with that title when it's actually Ghost Side, obviously, but I need to get used to actually saying the real title. How am I publishing Project Ghost? I'm self-publishing, so I'm going through Kindle Direct Publishing, which is like an Amazon site where basically I put my book on there and they print it out and send it to you through Amazon. I'm definitely looking at like Ingram Spark and all those different other pursuits for publishing, but I'll let you guys know. I have a huge vlog. Again, if you guys don't know, I have a huge 1-hour vlog where I'm literally going to be talking about my book and showing you exactly all the processes of my book. And I started like day one when I decided to like start publishing this book. So it's really, really interesting. I remember Ned, but who are the other ghost boys? Okay, good question. Not sure if you can hear that helicopter plane. The other ghost boys. So there's 4 of them, the 4 ghost boys. There's Ned, who's like the eldest. Then it goes Rue, who's like the depressed one of the group. Then there's Max, who's like the crazy guy who like does risky stuff and stupid stuff and is just such like an ox of the group. I think that's what Ned describes him as. And then lastly, there's Willow, who's the youngest and most clumsy, most anxious, kind of like the baby of the group. So that's kind of like the 4 of them. And then there's Red, the main character. So yeah, can I give you guys a summary of Ghost Side's plot? Yes, I actually have uploaded the blurb, which I think I should have done a blurb reveal, but I can read you guys the blurb if you guys want. It's on my Instagram, because someone asked like what sort of yeah what's the book about basically, and I will show you guys right now. It's on my ghost Q&A. I don't know if you guys know, but on my Instagram I have like a highlight reel which I use for all the questions and answers and stuff like that, so that's really fun. Anyways, I'm going to read it to you guys all, so Listen up, besties. Okay. Let's go. So, Red Gibson is a stubborn 17-year-old girl who was forced to move in with her long-lost grandmother in the outskirts of Alberta, a place that can only be described as a desolated ghost town. When Red intentionally fails to attend school and make new friends, she lives her life in her room, obsessed with filling up the pages of a small journal behind her bedroom door. Sorry, I keep stuttering because I'm nervous. Okay. That is until she meets 4 ghost boys, a gang of mysterious and reckless personalities who roam the suburbs, steal cars, rob small candy stores, and pull pranks on whomever they please. Initially, Red rejects their existence entirely, but as she falls into their carefree nature and ridiculous dares, Red becomes blind to the fact that these boys want her for something darker, a secret motivation that reveals more about herself than anything she's ever known. That's the working blurb. It's really simple. Again, the plot is really interesting. I guess there's a plot twist at the end, but of course, that's like the whole story. So this is why I always have so much of a hard time explaining the book to people. So I just say it's a ghost story, or I just simply say 4 ghost boys meet a girl. Let's see what happens. And I think that really does leave a lot of room for potential and a lot of room for like, ooh, is it murder mystery? Is it this? Is it just like a fun story? Like, I don't know. So, yeah. Okay. When do I plan the book to come out? Project Ghost will come out very soon. I think a lot sooner than you guys think. It's definitely like not a year or anything like that. Literally like a few months. That's my plan. I don't have the official date yet. I definitely have a date in mind, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get to that in time because depending on the progress of my book and my editor and other things like that. But I definitely just want to get it out like as soon as I can, basically. So potentially in a few months. What is the biggest challenge you faced when writing Project Ghost? Love you, gal. I love you too. Biggest challenge. I think coming to terms with the meaning of the book is really interesting. When I was writing Project Ghost in NaNoWriMo, I have like a whole series on my YouTube channel about NaNoWriMo last year. It was very objective because I kind of detached myself from the story to just write it. But now that I'm editing it and going through the drafts, it's a lot harder, I think, coming to terms with that sort of the personal side of the story and knowing that it's going to be out in the world. It scares me a lot because this book is extremely personal, very close to my heart, and it is definitely like an ode to my 17-year-old self, which is like only 2 years ago, which is crazy. I feel like I've changed so much, thank my God. But yeah, I guess that's the main thing. Let me see. Yeah, what's the actual plot again? The plot. Okay, let me tell you more about the plot. I feel like you guys need more of the concept. Basically, Red meets the 4 ghost boys on her way back to school, and she starts to kind of befriend them, because she gets lonely and stuff like that, and she just loves their company eventually. But she starts to want to know who these ghost boys are, what they mean to her, and if they were actual people. So she starts to like do some research, starts to ask them stuff, and they get a little bit more defensive. But it's kind of like a story that is more so like scenes happen instead of an actual plot. So that's why it's, again, difficult. But basically, I guess the plot is Red trying to discover who these ghost boys are, who they were, potentially who they were as humans, potentially what sort of nature they are, and what that means to Red and stuff like that. And what's really interesting about the ghost boys is that they can touch like inanimate objects. They just can't touch her. So that's really interesting. Sorry, I know, like sometimes when, like, people ask me that, I realize, like, maybe this book isn't an actual book. And again, that's why it's a novella, because it is a shorter story. So, yeah. Uh, uh, uh. Is Ghost Side written in first or third person? It's written in third person because I don't like first person. I'm actually writing first person for Project BB, which is really interesting, but yeah, it's definitely third person, but close third person, in Red's sort of third person perspective. The symbolism. Oh, hi, Ace. Oh my gosh. Hello, hello, hello. I love you. Anyways, let me see. How did I create the cover design? I'm still working on the cover design. I have like the book, like the physical book right here. I'll show you like the back very quickly, but I do have the actual cover. I'm not sure if I want to use that cover yet. It looks really cool, and I've shown like Ashley and Tiana, some writer friends, and they really love it, but I think I might change it. I think I want it to be a lot more simpler, lot more like I want it to look more artsy in a way, not so much like a YA book. You know what I mean? And that's what I think it is looking like right now. How and where did I get my editor for my book? She just reached out to me. She's not like a well-known editor, because she's still going through college, but she's about to graduate. So I was really excited that she reached out to me. And yeah, we kind of just like met like that. And I think I honestly love that. And it kind of humbled me a bit, because she's like, it kind of scared me that you said you're just going to edit it by yourself, because hiring a editor seems really expensive. And I'm like, yeah, it is. But she's like, you need to edit your book. And I'm like, yeah, I think I agree with you. I don't think I could edit this book by myself. Oh, you're so pumped for Ghost Side. Thank you. Can't wait. Oh, I'm even more excited. Age rating. I'd say it's like 12 to like 18, probably. I hope. I'll definitely have to ask a couple people, I think, but it's basically a YA. Yes. Any other questions, everyone? Is it new adult? Yeah, there's definitely some like dark themes in the book. I feel like, again, I've said this in a couple of my videos where it's kind of like, you guys think it's just a cute little ghost story. And that's what like Tiana told me when she read the book. She's like, Anna, this is a bit messed up. And I'm like, yeah. But I think you guys are in for like a wild ride. I definitely think you guys are not expecting what the book is. Like, when you read it, I think you guys are gonna be like, oh my gosh, it was like completely different of what I thought. And then that kind of scares me, because I'm like, oh, what if they thought it was gonna be a cool murder mystery, which it definitely is not. So it's just a really dark story, basically. And I think, again, it's like, again, yeah, you have no idea what you're getting into. I think you guys have an idea. I've shared a lot of like different scenes in my NaNoWriMo vlogs, because that's obviously the book. So yes. Is it gonna be sad? I'm not ready to cry in a book again. No, I don't think it's a sad book, honestly. It kind of like, again, all these questions kind of like make me a bit insecure, because it's like, should my book be sad? Like, should I want my readers to cry? And I'm like, I didn't cry. I think I did cry at the end, but that's just because it was an emotional thing for me personally. But I'm not sure if it'll, it's kind of like horror movies, you don't cry, but it's kind of like really like, whoa. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. When will we get a return of the Project BB audiobook? Yeah, I have a couple chapters up there. I would love to. I was actually thinking of, let me know if you're interested, to read the first chapter of Ghost Side on my channel to kind of get people interested in it, but I don't know. I love the first chapter of my book. It's so fun and kind of like I was going to say like unprecedented. Well, it's just kind of like unnormal. It's not classic. It's not, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. You know what I mean? Anyways, but hopefully I'll have more audiobooks out very soon. Does it have a happy ending? Look, I'm not gonna say nothing. That spoils the whole thing. Like, obviously you think hopefully it will. I think in most cases books end quite sadly, so yeah. Anyways, can't wait to read your book. Thank you. Give us a spoiler on what the opening scene is. Oh, like the opening scene in the first chapter? It's red. What am I drinking? I'm drinking some juice. It's not wine. Don't worry. It's a scene where basically Red is journaling in a journal. That's kind of the first scene. Is the ending vague and mysterious? I would say so. Like, when Ashley read the book, she was sending me so many videos like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And she was a bit like, what just happened? And I think it's definitely a big turnaround. And that's the thing I love about novels, or novellas, sorry, is the way that you can end novellas. Very mysteriously, very bizarrely. So I think you guys are going to be like, what just happened? And again, Project Ghost is a book that you want to read again. So, yeah. But it is cranberry juice. A lot of people say like cranberry juice is such a grandma drink. It tastes so good. I don't have bowel problems, okay? I just love the way cranberry juice tastes. So nice. It's better than orange juice and better than apple juice. It's a bit different. Let me see. Any other questions about Project Ghost? Or Ghost Side, sorry. I should probably say Ghost Side. I know Ace, you had a question, but I've lost it in the thrush. You love cranberry juice? Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. Oh, okay. I'm glad you guys don't think I'm weird. Ace asked, how much did it cost to print the book? So if you go through KDP, I kind of share it in an upcoming video where basically you can upload your book for free and just pay for the proof copy, which is just the publishing cost or the printing cost, which is usually like $5. So I found that pretty good. I think like US it must be like a $3, but again, because my book's quite like skinny, it's a lot easier to print. So it depends on how many pages and stuff like that. So yes, when I read it, I'm gonna be crying because I'm so happy for you. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That really means the world. So yeah, I paid like around $5, I think. But I got 2 of them, so I think it was like more like $12. But yes. Does she fall in love with multiple ghost boys or just Ned? You know it. You have to see, guys. You have to see. I don't want to spoil anything. Okay, your girl's sketchy. I hear your question. Do you think after getting your book out and selling it, will I try to turn it into a TV show? I don't think so. I don't know. I can see this book as a TV show, but I don't know if I would want it to be a TV show. But yeah, getting the book out there is my priority, obviously. So yeah. Anyways, it's like nearly 25 minutes. I can't believe we've been talking for that long. That's crazy. Oh, am I still doing bird symbolism? You remember? Girl, what the heck? Thank you so much. Yes. How did you know that? In a lot of my books, birds are very symbolic in all of my books. there is actually a bird sort of to do with a bird in Ghost Side. So I guess so. Yeah, please stop spamming the chat. That would be great. I'm saving up money to buy a physical copy. Yes, I definitely want to do some polls on like whether you guys would rather like print copies or Kindle ebooks. I think it's called ebooks. So yeah, hopefully you guys, I'll try to make it as cheap as possible for me, but yeah. You like print? Okay. Yes, honestly, like physical books, yeah, to me is so good. Bye, Sarah. Oh, but yeah, print books. I really do hope to get that out there because I love physical books. And having my book, like I opened it and I was just like, oh my gosh, it's kind of crazy. So yeah, copies should be available everywhere if you are able to access Amazon. So yes, book smells chef kiss. I know. So yeah. Anyways, guys, did you want to start writing a little bit? I want to do like at least one writing session. And working on Project O. I'm so excited. That's gonna be really fun. I'm gonna just quickly take a photo of you guys. Is that okay? Is that okay if I take a photo of you guys? To let Instagram know. Okay, good. That we are live. We are live. I've been like killing the Instagram game, to be honest. I don't know if I am really, but I really do love Instagram. It's so fun. And the people on Instagram, the most sweetest people. Like I was looking at just like some reels and I was obsessed. Like the content on Writergram is so good. It's so fun. So yeah. Anyways, cheese. Pose everyone. Yeah. Did you get my good side? Yes, I did, don't worry. Cranberry. Can I talk about Project O after we're done a writing session? Of course, I would love to do that. How long do you guys want to do a writing session? Also, I'm so sorry if it's early or really late for you. I'm so sorry. 25 minutes? Project O is my lifeline. You know it, Ace. I love this book so much. I'm going to be using my laptop since I'm kind of streaming from my monitor. But I had so much fun. Like last night felt so good because it's the first time I've actually like really written anything like off camera, which is kind of terrible because I should be writing a lot more. But yeah, I've been writing a bit of Project O. Very little words. I've not even finished the first chapter and I'm supposed to be writing so much more, so that's fun. That's great. So yeah. Yeah, happy NaNoWriMo to you, bestie. Yeah, honestly, I think people in NaNoWriMo, like people are starting to use NaNoWriMo so much better this year. I feel everyone is lowering their pressure and their expectations to just writing as much as they want to and as much as they can, really. When I feel like last year, like everyone was crazy. Everyone was just like, oh my gosh, I need to hit 50K. And they were sharing all their like word count and like, look, I did this. And it's like, now I feel bad. So yeah. NaNoWriMo is good. This is my first NaNoWriMo. I'm at 5K to finish chapter 25. That is a long book. Might have to come back later. If you guys gotta go, definitely go. Don't worry. I'm just glad you're able to just click on this live and say hi. Chapter 1 is the hardest. It took me 3 days. And chapter 2 only took 1. Yeah, I totally agree. And I think, sorry, I just like burped a little bit. Sorry. What was I saying? Yeah, chapter 1 is crazy because you're kind of like, it's the establishing shot, it's the establishing like part of the book. You have to like get your writing down, and it's like your first step into the book. Yeah, so how about we write, we can start in like 10 minutes. No, sorry, like 5 seconds. We're gonna be doing a timer for how about 25 minutes? 25-minute timer. That'll be great. I know people can do this a lot more professionally, like have a time on my thing, but I don't really know how to do that. So I'm just going to be starting the timer. And it's starting, everyone, so we better get writing. So I'm just going to go ahead and start writing. Are you guys ready? Sorry, that was kind of like a whiplash. Let's write. And hopefully I can talk about Project O as I'm finishing my writing session with you guys. So, get everything sorted. I don't really know if I should turn off my camera. Is it weird if I turn off my camera? I don't know. But anyways, I'll probably just keep it there. And then you just have to like know that I'm writing. Physically, I'm writing, by the way, guys. But yeah. Let's get writing, besties. Can't wait. Okay. Let's go. Are you ready for it? I know. Sorry, guys. I like literally like I have this thing where like if it's like 30 minutes exactly, I need to start it then. Anyways, love you. Let's get writing, guys. Let's get writing.
cute.
Sorry. Okay. Writing is done. That was the writing session. I hope you can hear me. Oh my gosh, it is so loud. Can you guys hear that? I am so sorry. That is so silly. Mother is mothering. Thank you so much. It is end of that writing session. We wrote for 25 minutes. Sorry if I was just working along here. And outside there's like construction going on with this house. So annoying. So I'm so sorry. Oh, you guys can hear it. I'm so sorry. It's just like that gives me a headache. They've been going on it for like a week. So that's why I usually work downstairs, because I begin to get extremely vocal. Let's just say it. Anyways, how was your writing session? I didn't do too well since I was reading over my first chapter. I wrote like 327 words. Okay, that's not that bad. That is pretty bad, but I was working through it. And I think I'm getting momentum in this book. You got 970 words? 200 words? Nothing, because I just came. Oh, welcome if you're new or just joining us. We are writing our NaNoWriMo projects. 471, 200 words, technically 0, still plotting. Oh, bestie. I'm so sorry for that noise. You got a sentence in 1,000 words, 244, 200 words, 558, 200-ish. I need to close my door. Hopefully that will help a little bit. Working on planning a new royalty romance? That's so cool. I took a dinner break and organized my book playlist. Oh, that sounds so fun. Yo, I want a dinner break. I'm really hungry right now, even though I like ate breakfast a couple hours ago. 2 math problems? Oh, you're doing math. I'm so sorry. 1,000,000. Wow. That's my writing tactic, guys. Don't stop writing. Still plotting. The anxiety is increasing. Honestly, like, it's really hard because sometimes writing is so stressful for me when, like, it's literally, like, something we should love, right? So why are we stressing about it so much? That's my question. 200 words. Ooh, you're up to 8K in your project. 504 words. Good job, guys. You're doing really well. A lot better than me, that's for sure. I'm counting my plotting towards my word goal, of course, because we are passionate. Yeah. Almost at 8.5K. Total word count is 11K. 900 words. Okay. So, that's pretty good. You guys are doing really, really well. I've just been working on Project O. As you guys can see, I've kind of like written only like 5 pages, which isn't a lot in my book. But I'm really having so much fun in this project. And I don't know, I literally haven't written in so long. So having this sort of flow with you guys and this creative energy coming through the screen has been so good. Like, I miss writing, which is crazy because, like, I've been like in a really interesting relationship with my writing recently because, of course, I'm like trying to edit my project whilst also dealing with my writing doubts and insecurities. But this project is just so freaking fun, and I've just had so much fun starting it. I definitely want to fix a couple. The main thing I really want to ensure is that the writing style is very evident because if you guys know, Project O is basically like a dual POV, but it's in third person, so it's like close POV, where there's Lewis and Alex, the 2 characters, and we start off with Lewis, which is really interesting, and that's obviously when in chapter 1, where I start all my chapters with "in which," and they're kind of like titled chapters, which I really love. So chapter 1 is "In which the violinist boy meets the conductor," so I think that's really, really cool. And I literally just got to the part in the book, in the chapter, let's say. Very, didn't even make a dent in the book, to be honest. I got in the part where Lewis basically is recruited by Alex into the academy, the music academy. And Lewis is like about to play on stage to kind of do his audition or whatever. For Alex, and that's when like these men barge in through the door, and they're kind of like the heads of the academy. I need to find out a reason why they barged in like that. That's silly. Anyways, they're in there, and I think it's because they need to check something, or they knew Lawler was going to be there. Or maybe like Mr. Lawler, I don't know. Is it Mr. Lawler? Doctor? No, he's not a doctor. Anyways, basically they kind of, the men, they're really like old men because they're like the big heads of the academy, and they're like, what is that man doing up there? And they're a bit like racist, like, why is there a China boy there? We haven't time for this foolery. Look at his he looks homeless basically. So that's really interesting. Anyways, and Alex is so chill. He's like, he like turns to them, and they're like, and he's like, I'm looking to recruit this boy, so back off, basically. And hence, he basically plays for them, which I haven't written yet, and they're kind of in awe of that. So, yeah. I love your energy. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, this book is really fun. It's just like a passion project. Again, I just started it during February. I wrote like the 0 draft. It took me a long time. This is going to be a lot of a longer book, but it's very like, it's a very fun book. Is there romance? Technically, there is a little bit of a romance between Lewis and Alex, but it's explored throughout the book, and all I'm saying is that it's a bit of a sad ending. I cried while while writing the endings. So yeah, that is Project Orchestra. Mm, 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 mm. Guys, I ship Lewis and Alex. Dude, me too. Me too. Me too. I love them so much. It's just really hard. Oh, there's lots of different themes I explore in this book. It's kind of crazy. And I feel like a lot of people won't like the themes that I want to explore. It's kind of like the flip side of it. So, yeah. Sad endings are my favorite. Me too. Me too. Do I write in chronological order? Yes, usually. I write the 0 draft and then I move on to the first draft, which I'm writing right now. And the first draft, again, is just my story in simple sentences. And then I go towards writing the full-bloated draft. So it's kind of like, yeah, really interesting plotting method. I showed my friend your channel and she's like, she has a good Australian accent. Really? Is your friend Australian? I don't think I have an Australian accent. Like, one of my friends who's an international student, he was like, I don't think you have an accent. Like, I think sometimes I just sound, of course, I sound normal to me, but I think I have a little bit of a, like, I get British a little bit. Your accent is so pretty, thank you. I know, like, not British, but, like, I say certain words that's kind of like, really? Really? Yeah. But I feel like I speak like that when I'm meeting new people or, like, online and I'm trying to, like, talk about intelligent stuff, but when I'm, like, just with my family, as a Brit, I sound very Australian. That's crazy. I don't think I sound that Australian. Like, Australians sound like real bogan. Like, how do they sound? Yeah, mate, just going down to the Barbie. Going down to the servo. Do you need anything? I don't really know. Like, of course, everyone knows the H2O, like the Cleo. Oh no, the condensation. I have a crazy accent, bro. I think us Australians think we don't have an accent while other people think we do have one. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? So yeah, she's not American. A good Australian accent. I don't know. Cleo, the condensation. Emma. I love doing that with my friends. Emma. You have a sweet and Ashley's here. I haven't noticed you, Ashley. Hi. Hi. I have a sweet, subtle Australian accent. I think it's very subtle, but I think I do sound a little bit Australian. When I hear myself back, I feel. When it's coming out of my mouth, I'm like, I sound very intelligent. No, I don't. But yeah, thanks though. Thanks, Ash. Oh, yeah, if you guys want to ask me any questions, I'm going to do a little bit of a Q&A session right now. If you guys want any advice or any questions about my projects, or yeah. So someone asked, what's your best advice for new author and content creators? So like author creators. My biggest advice is probably just to post your work and don't be afraid to post even like work you haven't really thought you've edited properly or thought about properly. If it feels like it's maybe too sensitive to you, like obviously it's a personal choice, but I share so much like of my heart to the world. You know, like I like the poems I write and just post, crazy. Like I had a really big crush on this guy and I was just posting this poetry and he found my account and read all my poetry. And I'm like, oh, what can I do? What can I do? So I think having that sort of just passion for your work and just wanting to have that bravery to share it is so good because it'll do wonders. Because I honestly think that people fall in love with you for what you offer people. And when people see your heart and see your work, that's the best part. So if you share any of your short stories, little excerpts, even just about your book. Don't keep your book and your ideas so close-chested. Like, explore it and inspire people with your ideas. That's, I think, why a lot of people love my videos. At least that's what I've heard in a lot of my comments, because they're like, oh my gosh, you sound so excited about your book, or all these ideas really inspired me. I want to write a book like this. I think it's really, really fun. Oh, bye, Ash. Hope to see you soon. Hopefully we can write again as well. Let me see. How can I get myself to jump in and start my project instead of planning endlessly? I'm a chronic plotter. Okay. Jump in and start my project. I think you just gotta jump in and start your first chapter, really. It's really hard, of course, if you want to plot everything out. I think letting go and maybe thinking of your story, just think like, I'm just going to write the first chapter and then I can maybe plot if I want. But having that sort of momentum when you write the first chapter might help you continue going. To just kind of just jump straight in, just get really excited about your book and don't think about what's going to happen in your book. Just have faith in the process, because, again, discovery writing is usually the best form of writing, because your ideas that are intuition and very much initiated from that intuition are usually the best ideas. And that's literally how I get my ideas. I just start writing. I'm like, oh, I can add this. Oh, that's cool. Maybe this character can do this. Like, that's literally it. And you just got to get used to it, I think. So hope that helped a little bit. I can't describe anything at all, ever. Any advice? I would say reading is a lot of a big help. I feel like you can describe a lot of things. Like, have more faith in your work. I'm also very bad at description, I feel, because I explain things extremely weirdly, and I also don't think it's good enough. But I think description is not the meat of the story. Like, the meat of the story is the action. So I think description and your style of writing will come in time. As I was saying with Project O, I want to try to get my stylization of my writing really on point, since this book is very like romantical, very artsy, like historical fiction. Like, I'm not using it's, I'm using it is, for example. But describing stuff, I think it just comes with what you think. Poetry helps. If you want to describe things well, start writing poetry. What's my favorite quote? My favorite quote or project I've shared in a reel on Instagram, and it goes like this. It's this is what Alex says. Alex says, "If you say I'm an angel, then I have fallen so deeply, my wings have forsaken me," which is so cute. So sad though. How did I name Ghost Side? And do I have any tips on how you can name your titles? Titles come to you. I think you need to write the book before you come up with a title. But sometimes you have ideas even before that. I think just like waiting for the right time and figuring out what you want to call the book and what character it shows. For example, I don't know what title I want to call Project Orchestra. There's some part of me that just wants to call the title Project Orchestra, because it kind of does work with the story. Or maybe like the first, I don't know. Again, I don't know yet, so I'll definitely have to come to terms with that. And I think like also having that pressure, don't try to have pressure to name your project. It is definitely fun, but if you're not going to publish it soon, it's not a really big thing, but just brainstorm sometimes. And what's your type of favorite books? Like, please don't name your title I don't know, like The Kingdom of Realms in Ruin. I mean, it sounds okay, but I prefer books that are very interesting, like Ghost Side. You don't really know what it means, but you kind of have an idea. So yeah, I definitely also like one-worded books, and also either like one worded titles or really long titles. It's a really weird thing. So yes, that is my advice. How do you think having an online platform has impacted your work? What a good question, Moonsy. Moonsy? That's such a cute name. Hmm. How has having an online platform influenced my work? I honestly think it's improved my passion for writing because, of course, if you keep talking about what you're passionate about and realizing that and finding people who really do connect with you, it encourages you to want to pursue something like that. And again, I wanted to try to pursue traditional publishing initially until I realized it's really difficult and I was going to give up. But then I realized, hey, I have a community. I have people who are actually behind me and want to read my book. So I think that's also just helped me with my confidence and writing confidence, especially when people just comment on my writing or my poetry on my Instagram account. Like, it just sounds really fun. And again, I have this thing where I've explained it in a couple of my videos where, like, if you're gonna create something, you have to display it. Like, why would you paint a painting, spend so much time painting it as you're learning to paint and not display it on your wall and instead just like put it in your closet? Like, that will let you learn nothing. It's kind of similar. I give the analogy of when I was younger in school. I used to always wish, because a lot of girls would get their mums to like braid their hair, but my mum didn't really braid any of my hair. So I would want to do it myself. And I would start braiding my hair as I was learning, and it looked so terrible. But what's the point if I don't wear it to school? Do you know what I mean? Like, I can easily make a braid and it looks terrible, so I'll just take it out and then just wear my hair normally for the whole day. No, you need to actually like commit to your creativity and commit to your creations by displaying it to the world, because that's the whole point of creating, right? And I think especially with something with writing, it definitely is a self-reflective process, but there's a lot of parts of writing that you should want to display to the world. Usually if you don't want to display, it's either really too personal, which is totally fine, and you should definitely keep it to yourself, or secondly, you're just too scared and afraid that people will judge you, people will think it's terrible, people will steal it even. Like, those things are not really excuses. And it comes with time and having that confidence to share it out in the world. Plus, everyone's so nice on AuthorTube and every single writergram. There's going to be someone who comments and makes your day. So that's a long-winded thing of how having a platform and a way to display my art and share my passion has really reinforced my love for writing, I think. And sorry if my voice is getting really low. I talk a lot, obviously. I talk, so I get tired. Oh, that is amazing, man. Cranberry juice. Anyways. Where do I post my writing? I have a short story and a poem published by Sad Girl Diaries. You can also find my poetry on my Instagram, as I was saying. And then, of course, I'm self-publishing Project Ghost Side, very soon. So you can find my future book on Amazon. What was my inspiration for Ghost Side? I've explained this quite a few times on my Instagram, but not really on YouTube. Ghost Side was inspired by an experience that I had when walking home one night down my home street, and I just was really tired. It was literally like nighttime, and there's always cars parked on either side of my road since my road's really like wide. And I remember just like, you know, when you like are in your bed and you kind of think, like, you can't fall asleep and you start to imagine faces and imagine like something terrible happening to you, like horror stuff. That's kind of like how I get when my imagination, of course, runs wild. And I was really tired. I was really fatigued from school, and I was walking home, and then I turn and look into one of the windows. Like, I literally stop and just like turn and just like I just smile, and I'm imagining a ghost boy just staring back at me from the window, from the car seat. And that's literally like the first chapter of the book of Ghost Side. So it's fun having that personal experience. And there is something that happened actually just before that, which is really integral to the plot of the story, which I don't want to disclose yet. So, yeah. Let me see. How long did it take you to write Ghost Side? Project Ghost probably took like 2.5 years, all up to this point. I had the idea when I was 17. I'm 19 now. So I had the idea when I was 17, but I was going through a really stressful time, hence the whole book and what it's about. But I couldn't write the book yet because I was mentally not okay. So then I waited a year, and then in November of 2022, so last year, I wrote the first draft of the book. And then in this year, I started to try to query the book, go over edits and stuff like that until I ended up getting really little queries. And then now, of course, I've decided to self-publish my book, which is really fun. So literally like 2 years, which is crazy. Like, this book has been in my mind for only 2 years. Oh, technically 3 years since it's the end of this year. So yeah. Let me see. How do you choose the right title for your books? Again, it just comes to you. Maybe ask a friend to read it and see if any like sort of would it be cool if you named it. Or if all fails, just like pick a quote from your book or a name of your character or like a cool artifact or plot point of your book. Yeah. Anna, do you have a favorite type of character to read about? Yes, I love really soft sunshine characters. Like, I just love the good-hearted characters who are usually the most traumatized. So that's fun. Like, I think of Jude from A Little Life. I think of Jem Carstairs from TID. I think of, I don't know, any other one really. There's this really cool book called The Scum Villain Self-Saving System, which has a character called Lo. And I love that book. It's so fun. Traumatized OCs. Great. But they have to be really kind despite it. I love, like, have you guys watched Fruits Basket? Fruits Basket and Toru? She is the most amazing character. Like, I love her with all my heart, and I just need to have that. I need to be that person. Like, I long to be someone like that who's literally like traumatized and beaten down by life, yet they're so kind to others, even when people like hurt them. Crazy. Anyways, sorry. I'm going back to a couple of more questions. Will Ghost Side be a standalone? If not, how many books will it be? So Ghost Side is definitely a standalone book. It's a novella. All my novellas are standalones. There's only one project called Project Velocity of Zeal, Project CZ, which is a fantasy book, and that's a duology. I've realized I don't write any other books. I don't write any prequels, any sequels at all. All my books are standalones, and I think that's why I love reading standalones. But I also really like series. Duologies are my favorite if I do read a series. And I think, yeah, it's a bit different because standalones aren't as popular anymore, I feel. But they're fun, man. So I guess that's the answer to that. What does it say? Sorry, I'm not very good at reading stuff. Do you use a specific symbolism? Do you use specific symbolism for your characters? I use a fox for my main character, shrewdness and curiosity. A goose, migration for another. Oh, that's really cool. Again, someone brought up a little bit before in the live stream about my love for birds and symbolism. Even when I was younger, for some reason I bought like a how to draw birds book, and I would just draw birds. Like, that's all I would draw. I love birds, though they kind of scare me because my sister showed me like a a really freaky, I think it's literally just called Birds. It's like a Hitchcock film. Let me look it up. Hitchcock bird. Yeah, it's called The Birds. It's basically where the birds kill people. Anyways, apart from that, symbolism, birds. I use a lot of bird symbolism in my books, especially in Project Prison and Project BB. Insane. I think it's very, very fun because I identify a lot with birds. I identify with the want to leave the nest, the want to fly, but not having... You guys know what I mean. So I feel like birds, and also they're so soft and so brittle boned, but they have so much potential and they can defy gravity despite being so small and so light and so brittle. So that really identifies with a lot of my characters that I write, like Robin from Project BB and what's her name? Oh my gosh. Have I forgotten her name? Oh my gosh. Guys, I can't remember her name. Is it Carmen? No, Jodie. Jodie from Project Prison. I have too many books, as you can see. So yeah. How do I deal with doubts and hate? Ooh, yeah. I hate myself a lot and I doubt myself a lot. I've been dealing a lot with doubt, especially for Project Ghost. There was a time where I was reading over, like proofreading my copy, and I just felt like this isn't good enough. Like, what is this writing? This project seems like I've read it so many times that it seems so redundant and unconnected. There's no structure. I feel like there's no, what's the word all the uni professors use about like your assignments? There's no, like, it's consistency. There's no, I don't know what it's called. Oh, my brain. This is literally me every day trying to think of the word to explain something. But of course, I've dealt with that by just jumping in and said, oh, I already said I was going to publish this book and I can't let up on that promise. I'm someone who, like, when I make a promise, I feel so bad. Like, I feel so guilty for going back on that promise, so I never do it. Even if it's just like hanging out with someone and I'm literally like throwing up, I'm like, I'm coming because I said I was. So that's how I deal with doubt. I just say, you know what? I need to make a commitment. And even if doubt comes my way, I will kill that doubt to get to it. Yeah. Someone asked what happened to Project I First Met You in a Graveyard. You love that story? Oh, I've been wanting to read it and go back into that story so freaking much. I've been definitely thinking of, as soon as I maybe finish Project O, or maybe switching projects once I kind of make some progress and headway in it, to two other projects, Project Prison and Project I First Met You in a Graveyard, which is the books I want to self-publish along with Ghost Side. So that can definitely be coming soon. What do you think of the book name, The Abandoned Hospital? That's fun. I like that. Do you write standalones? Oh, I kind of already, answered that question, sorry. Let me see. Gosh, there's so many questions. What character do you feel most connected to in Ghost Side and why? Oh my gosh. Honestly, I think Red, the main character, because I've shared in like a reel, she's literally me, or at least who I self-internalize and self-reflect myself to be like. So you guys get to know all about me in this book. So it's kind of like interesting, but I identify with all the ghost boys, and I think the book is so good because you're able to identify with these 4 different personalities, which are so different and so personalized to themselves. So you guys can pick who you're most, sort of related to in a way. Do you have any advice for balancing several main characters at once? I don't Oh, well, there is a project CZ, um, that I'm balancing a lot of different characters. I haven't visited that project in a long time, so I don't have much to partake. No, partook. Give. I don't even know, man. My brain is not braining. Just try your best, I think. Load up your book as much as you can. If you're really worried, you can try to cut off a camera or merge a camera. Merge a character. But I think it's doable. Maybe try to do character POVs to kind of keep them separated, but in sync in a way. Or just kind of switch the hierarchy. So make one of the main characters. But balancing them, just make sure they get enough chapter time and enough alone time as well in the book, I think. How many words do I try to write per day? Literally 0 words. I mean, it's my goal. I made like this little, like before I went to bed, you do ever like make random little like to do, these are my dreams, like before you go to bed. And one of them was write for 2 hours a day. And I think word counts I don't really like. I just want to like sit down and write for an hour or two. So that's my goal. I don't really have a word count. So yeah. Da, 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 da. But I think that is the end of the live stream. Sorry for like, you know, being so, what's the word? I'm not very good at segueing into stuff. That's why the power of editing is so good when I edit my videos. But thank you so much for asking all the questions and for coming along with me in my writing. I really wish I could answer more questions since you guys ask really good questions. But if you have any more questions, just stay tuned on my Instagram page because I do a lot of Q&As, especially about Project Ghost. And there's lots of questions that I've already answered. So if you think you have a question, just check out my little thingy, my little highlight reel, highlight story on my Instagram page. So yeah, but I had so much fun writing with you guys. I really love this project and I can't wait to really work on it and update with you maybe in an upcoming vlog. Hopefully I'll do a vlog. So yeah, thank you so much for coming along with me. And sorry for not having a lot of lives recently. I think because it's NaNoWriMo, it seems a good time for people to come write with me. So thank you so much for coming. I love you all so much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night or morning. And stay updated on my community page or on my Instagram. Thank you so much, everyone. Good luck in your projects, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.